Welcome back, nerdlings. Let's Overthink Final Fantasy X is here once again on Mushroom Rock Road. I'm Beth from Fake Geek Girls Game. And this is a giant skin bird, which only gets more distressing when you consider that things that really looked like that may well have lived on this very planet that I assume we are all sitting on. If you are not sitting on Sol 3, then they may or may not have ever existed on a planet you are sitting on. Hi there, International Space Station. How are you doing? So I worked my way a fair amount of the way up, and now we're continuing forward, hoping, in this case, to work on getting everybody's overdrives charged up before the upcoming boss fights. Now, don't attack Yuna. That's right, don't attack Yuna.
Well then, what next?
Everyone's pretty much ready except for Waka, so I'm gonna see if I can get a giant bird to attack him. Yes, that's exactly right. And, of course, the other person, term used a bit loosely, who isn't prepped, is Yuna's summons. Because summon overdrives are what I mostly end up using the summons for, is they're incredibly powerful one-shots. You don't often get to use the Aeon a lot after the overdrive has gone off, since it takes a while for them to be able to take another action. But it's pretty great all the same. Especially since if they die, you just go back to the regular characters. You can't get a game over from it. These are beings of awesome power, and I use them as a little extra damage deal. That's Ifrit all charged up, and send him off. Waka keeps trying to get its attention. And let's work on Valefor. Which is possibly my favorite summon. It's just such a crowded field with so many amazing summons throughout the series. And this game has a lot of really good ones in my opinion.
Please,
possibly because I think the summon sequences are very nice. And by the way, you can set the summon sequences to not go through the long elaborate cutscene, but it's pretty. As you can see, while all the human characters and Kamari can only charge their overdrives through one type of action at a time, the Aeons charge theirs if they get hit, if they deal damage, if they evade damage, probably some other stuff as well. Moving on. Oh, wrong way. Don't mind me, I'm just gonna walk this way. I in no way got lost on a one-directional path. La la la. Valefor, get out here again. And show yourself off. Valefor is unique to this game, which makes her a rarity in the Final Fantasy series. Most summons are seen over more than one game. Even the ones that are seen only in Evilise tend to show up more than once. They've got their own separate suite of 13 summon monsters. And then there are the ones that are commonly found throughout the other games. Ifrit, Shiva, Rama, who isn't in this game, Bahamut, obviously. But there are some, like Valefor, that are unique.
It's over.
And had to bring in the rest of the party because it turns out that Lizard can't actually attack Valifor because Valifor is a flying creature, which is part of why she's such a great summon. She has way more evasion than the others, and that's the major issue with summons, is that they can get taken down quickly.
To stop them, as you can see. But seeing their fierce determination, I couldn't just sit there. So I decided that I would do everything in my power to help them.
Aw, she's been
Truly,
inspired.
I know nothing of the ways of fighting, but I do know some white magic. I'm hoping that will be of some use to them.
Don't worry, white magic is fine. Ugh, white mages, who needs healing, said nobody ever. If you did say that, I'm really concerned about you. Either that or you're way better at these games than I could ever hope to be. I'm very fond of my heals. Let's finish up Valifor's overdrive again. I love how this game shows Yuna interact with her summons, even in battle, so that they look, so that you can see how close she is to them and how connected she is as the summoner. That's Valifor taken care of. Cletus's gauge may not technically be charged up, but since he's the one who has learned the warrior overdrive charge, his will charge up on its own just fine. Come on, Hitwalker, you know you want to. No, that is incorrect, and that's why you were defeated. Coming here and pray, which is nice to its knowing he cost. Okay, now how about hitting Walker? That was definitely a crit. Hit him, hit him. There we go, nice and charged up. And now we can just have the characters physical attack to death without needing to inflict darkness. Lucille, sorry, wrong character whose name starts with Ellen, I like a lot, is running on ahead of us. Oh hey, it's the armor lizard thing. I haven't seen one of those in a while. Ooh, take care of that guy, would you? Murder. Guess what Kamari learned? That's right, I've chosen to take him down Riku's path because he doesn't have one of his own, and you can always use more thieves. That's just a fact of nature. Which means that now he can steal several dungeons before I would otherwise get a healer. Treasure chest, come on, come on, I know you're there. Be opened by me. There we go. So Kamari can now steal, which is good because in this area there are a fair number of monsters with quite nice steals available. Including all three of these, so now I have to decide what I'm gonna work on. And the answer is that one, because silence grenades are really great. They do damage in silence to all the enemies on the field, and perhaps more importantly, they're what you use to add silence proof to armor, which for magic users is an amazing asset. Just, oh, you want to inflict silence on me so that I can't do things? Too bad. The downside of stealing the silence grenades is pollen. The bloody things use it as a counter, and it makes them very difficult to destroy. But not for Lulu. It would be much easier if I had Mug. I'm just gonna have Waka guard since he can't really switch out for anybody. I'd want to switch out for Yuna so she could heal him, but then Waka wouldn't be there. Impact. Thank you, Lulu, for taking care of everything for us. You are a true angel, except inasmuch as you are not covered in eyes.
Lady Summoner, what are you doing here?
You know, stuff, things. Riding the rock elevator. The elevator of rock. I wonder if those work by magic or by lost technology. It's impossible to tell, really. Yay, expression. Alright, now where do I go around up here? No, it's back the other way, isn't it? Yeah. The plot was up that way, but over here is another little elevator that leads to a treasure chest. And that's what's truly important in life, isn't it? Of course it is. Okay, that's just not necessary. It really isn't. Now, I want to have Kimari steal, but not as much as I want to have Kimari not get the entire party killed. Because here you have the issue that the two Fungwars have silence grenades on them, and the Garuda, is that still called the Garuda? Yes. And the Garuda has a smoke bomb, which is pretty great as objects go. Ow, and everybody is in such pain. Arn, go away, we need some heals up in here. Oh, you leave Yuna alone, jerk. There, she just stopped being good. Yes, Yuna has learned Overdrive Mode Healer. That is extremely useful because healing is mostly what she does in battle. No, still not. Yeah, let's get the smoke bomb off that guy. Smoke bombs are like silence grenades but with darkness and are approximately as useful as that sounds, especially if you don't have Waka available to you for one reason or another. Or if you want to be able to hit multiple targets with darkness without anything horrible happening. Ha! I told you I'd get it right on the first try one of these days. It's completely possible for me to do. So there. Alright, you know. Prioritize curing yourself, that's right. Alright, since I'm gonna do this, might as well get a resistance to fire up. It's gonna pollinate me. Okay, that was better than I expected. Orange appears to have had darkness inflicted on him at some point when I was not paying attention. It must have been in this battle, since I don't think any status effects last between battles in this game. But I'm not sure when that was. Oh great, more pollen. Doesn't usually do that often. And now Tidus is dead. Way to go, me. Well, this is still salvageable, especially since Kumari still has his null blaze up. Yuna, please come in and rescue your boyfriend from his doom. Feel free to also rescue Orin from his doom if you're busy. No, they're not tough, I'm just greedy. Gonna switch out for Kumari just in case it doesn't work, because darkness means a much higher miss chance. And I'd rather avoid that if at all possible. Alright, here's the treasure chest that was all in aid of. Serene Armlet, which has Berserk Ward for Orin, and also some HP, I believe. HP boost. And now I go around to the left here, where there's this little spirally bit on the map. And I get attacked by something. I hate when I end up being really used to a certain combination of keystrokes to do a type of attack, and then I learn something new and the menu changes. Something kind of annoying about the way the menu works in this game is that it keeps adding things to the top rather than to the bottom on, for example, Waka's menu right there. Haha, now it misses because I did the stuff you're supposed to do. Sure, water. Why not water? Sploosh. Just give everybody a turn. Let everybody do their murders. You just kind of whack away at it. While thinking about Shelinda, who we just talked to for the second time. I think what really redeems her as a character, despite being kind of a drip, is that while she has strong religious convictions to the quite evil religion and is all, it's not defeating sin that matters, it's obeying the teachings, which is obviously not a good stance to take when sin is destroying people's homes and families. But also that the Crusaders and the Al-Bad really inspire her with their conviction, and that when she's not able to convince them to stop, she instead decides to join them and help them in all sincerity, because the strength of their convictions means something to her.
So, how shall we do this?
really like Lulu's silence grenades. I can't help it, they're just so delicious and silency. Just kill it, Kamara, and kill it with, well, stabbing mostly. Lulu is to kill it with fire expert in these parts. Being all out of things that aren't the plot to advance, let's go up here to this weird elevator thing. And now for a scene that's absolutely missable, and I managed to miss it the first time. Instead of going up the elevator, come over here, where we'll see this.
You, sir. I want to fight too.
Orders are orders.
I'm not a cadet anymore, sir. Let me go with you and I'll prove it to them.
Guarding the command center is important too, you know.
But I came
But
all
there's
the
no
way from
glory in
Versailles
it.
to fight sin, sir.
I know, but an order's an order. To your post, Crusader.
But, sir!
I don't know whether we're meant to be seeing those two as in a romantic relationship, but I think I do, especially given the parallels that are set up between them and Chappu and Lulu.
So be it.
Which we'll see more of in the upcoming cutscene. That was not what I meant to do at all, but I should be able to survive it. People's hit points are pretty high. Oh, and it missed Lulu entirely. Okay. Now let's do what I meant to do in the first place.
It's over.
So parallels, like I said, which we're about to get involved in some detail. Let's see.
They let you through, huh?
Kata deserves better.
At least there's no chance he'll get hurt. Why are you guys
Waka,
fighting
who's
anyway? Aren't the
not as
almighty
romantic
outbid
as that.
machina enough?
They still need some time to get them ready. Our job is to keep Sin at bay till they're done.
I have no idea if that's what the original was, but it is
Waka.
hilarious to me that Waka
I
is
might
just
not get
out of
another chance
words.
to say this.
Only,
It's about your
only
brother.
irate.
Luzu, no!
What?
I'm the one who convinced him to enlist. I'm sorry.
Waka! That's enough, Waka!
When we used to play Blitz together, Chappu used to say... He said that when we won the cup, yeah, he proposed to Lulu. And then one day, he goes off and becomes a crusader, just like that.
Chapu also said to me that being with your girl is good. But keeping Sin far away from her is better.
No one asked her her opinion, apparently. Which she'd rather have.
You knew?
Luzu
Which always
told
makes me kind of annoyed.
before we left.
She hit me too.
Yeah, I
All
bet she did.
Crusaders
She
in the
was in a bad
vanguard
mood
ought to
that
assemble
night,
on
and
the
now I know
beach.
why.
That's my cue.
Luzu, don't die out there.
So you can hit me more?
Lots more.
Dudes, and their ways of showing that they care.
Suluzu, please! Please don't go!
I have to, Yuna.
Let him go. The man has already chosen his path, as you did when you became a summoner.
It would be a long time before I ever really understood the reason why Yuna let Luzu pass that day.
Because she went despite the words of those who loved her. How can she deny him that same right? Okay, so this brings us to the one actual cutscene relevant decision in the game. Who shall live and who shall die? Who by fire, who by drowning? Who by sword and who by giant god whale? So in the comments, leave a vote whether you want Luzu to die or Gata to die, or conversely, to save Gata or save Luzu. As a result, the next segment won't be out for a full week so that everybody has time to vote before I record the winning path. Otherwise, as always, we appreciate your likes, subscriptions, and comments, and I'll see you next time.